Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sarala. Welcome to Millet Magic. With the beginning of summer, cool and refreshing smoothies are trending again. So today, we on Millet Magic decided to catch up with this trend. We are going to show you how to make smoothies but with a twist. We're going to make them even healthier by using millets, and what better, we're going to make them with millet AMBALI, so that you not just get the benefit of having millets but also get the probiotic bacteria which are essential for your gut health. To know more about the importance of gut bacteria, do watch our video on microbial imbalance if you already haven't. The link is in the description box below. So let's quickly dive into this yummy millet AMBALI smoothie recipe, which is sure to become your household's favorite for kids and elders alike. First off, to make the millet AMBALI, we'll be using about 4 tablespoons of millet flour. You can use any of the 5 positive millets, namely foxtail, little, kodo, barnyard or brown top millet. Here I'm using brown top millet flour. The first step, as is with cooking anything with millets, is to soak. Since we are using millet flour here, it is sufficient to soak the millet flour for 2 to 3 hours. Next, in a thick bottom steel vessel, bring about 2 cups of water to a boil. When the water is boiling well, add in the soaked millet flour and give it a nice mix. Allow it to simmer and cook well for a good 10 minutes. You can always add in more water if you feel it is becoming too thick. Stir occasionally to ensure that it does not burn at the bottom. At this stage, what we have ready is called millet ganji. Now we need to transfer this into an earthen pot and allow it to ferment so that it can become millet AMBALI. After allowing the ganji to cool down for a while, cover it with a cotton cloth. To do so, tie a knot at one end of the cotton cloth and then wrap the cloth around the opening of the earthen pot in this way. The pores of the earthen pot and in the cloth will allow for good aeration, which in turn promotes bacterial growth. Set aside for fermentation. The duration required for fermentation depends completely on the temperature. 4 hours may be sufficient in peak summers, while it may take 12 to 16 hours in the cold season. The millet AMBALI or fermented porridge, also known as khameer, which is prepared in this way, is rich in probiotic bacteria which form our first line of defense and thus improve our immunity. They help in the absorption of nutrients from the gut and also synthesize vitamin B12. These gut microbes are so important that the enzymes they secrete even have a role to stabilize our moods. Now of course we can have this millet AMBALI with a little bit of buttermilk, pickle, dal or rasam. But just to make this super healthy probiotic drink a little more interesting and a lot more tasty, we're going to turn it into a smoothie. Smoothies are usually made using fruits. Today we'll be making one kind of smoothie using bananas and another one with chiku or sapota. For the banana millet smoothie, the first thing you'll need is ripe bananas. You will require 3 to 4 if you have the small variety or 1 of the big variety. Depending on how sweet your banana is, you will require about 3 to 4 teaspoons of palm jaggery powder. Here I am using coconut palm jaggery powder, but you can use toddy palm, silver date palm or any other variety as well. You can even use jaggery in the syrup form for this recipe. You also require 1 small cup of curd. You need to ensure that the curd is fresh and hasn't turned sour. And to add some flavor to the smoothie, we are going to be using half an inch of cinnamon, which needs to be made into a fine powder. And you need a small cup of any plant-based milk. Here I am using about 50 ml of coconut milk, which I freshly extracted at home. And lastly, you require 4 to 5 cubes of ice. Using ice cubes somehow gives a body, texture and foaminess to the smoothie. Once you have all the ingredients ready, in they go to the mixie jar. Cut the banana into a few small pieces. Add in the curd, the cinnamon powder, the coconut milk and the ice cubes. In goes the palm jaggery powder and blend them all together into a smooth paste. And now for the final step of mixing. Into a big bowl, I'm going to add 4 ladyfuls of the fermented porridge or AMBALI, and to this I'm going to add in all the blended ingredients. And then using a whisk, mix everything well together. Transfer into glasses and your millet probiotic banana smoothie is ready to be enjoyed. Another fruit which I feel is well suited for making smoothies is chiku or sapota. To make the smoothie you will require 2 ripe sapotas, about 100 ml of any plant-based milk. Here again I am using coconut milk. Sapotas are quite sweet as such. For additional sweetness, if required, you can add 1 to 2 teaspoons of palm jaggery powder. Another smoothie, another flavor. It's so beautiful that God has given us so much variety and we have so many options. One such option is to use nutmeg for its mild, delicate flavor. Another healthy ingredient which you can add into your smoothie is pumpkin seed. So whenever you use pumpkin, don't throw away the seeds. Just wash them, sun dry them and store them in an airtight jar to be used as and when required. Into the smoothie you can pop in 30 to 40 peeled pumpkin seeds. And lastly, a few ice cubes. Now add in all the ingredients one by one into the blender jar. In go the sapotas and the coconut milk, ice cubes, jaggery powder. Then grate the nutmeg to get a fine powder. We don't need too much, just a hint of the flavor. And in go the pumpkin seeds as well. Now blend them all together. Now into a big bowl, add 4 ladyfuls of the fermented millet porridge. Please note that we are not adding the fermented millet porridge into the blender. We don't want all the good probiotic bacteria to die while they are blended in the mixie jar. So into the bowl we are going to add in all the other blended ingredients and whisk them well together. And there you go. It's that easy. You have a super tasty, super healthy smoothie with millets and with probiotics. You know, I don't believe parents when they say their children refuse to eat millets. When made in the right way, I'm sure that each member of the family is sure to enjoy the taste of millets as well as their health benefits. So what are you waiting for? Do try out this exciting way of including fermented millet porridge or AMBALI into your daily routine. These cool and refreshing smoothies are a way to make sure that you, your taste buds and your gut are all happy. We'll be back soon with more interesting millet recipes. Until then, happy cooking!